Hey, Tom here from the Run Testers. In this video, I'm going to be doing a first run review of the New Balance 860 V14. Let's have a look. The New Balance Fresh Foam X 860 V14 costs £140 or $140. It weighs 283 grams or 9.9 ounces for men in a size 8, and the drop is 8mm. The New Balance Fresh Foam 860 V14 is a moderate stability shoe designed for daily training. It provides a subtle level of support through a dual layer midsole foam alongside a stability plate that runs across the length of the shoe. The upper layer of Fresh Foam X is there to provide comfort and cushioning, while the firmer layer of foam positioned underneath provides support, specifically on the medial side. Version 14 also receives a slight increase in the stack height, as well as the drop going from 10mm to 8mm. There's a rocker profile that's built to provide a smooth transition, and a thick layer of outsole rubber is there to provide grip and improve durability. The upper is a well-structured engineered mesh design that provides plenty of padding around the heel and tongue. So I found the fit in this shoe very comfortable. I'm a size 8 in the UK and I found it to be quite nice and wide, very comfortable on the sides of the foot. My feet weren't pressing at all on that. I've got a fairly average width foot, and I do find in a lot of shoes I do tend to just touch the sides. This felt a little bit roomier, so if you've got wide feet, this might be a good shoe for that. The space in the forefoot, that was fine. There's plenty of space, but not too much, so I definitely stay to my size in this shoe. The upper is very comfortable. There's loads of padding on it as well. It's quite a thick upper, which may be an issue in the heat if you live in a hot country. I don't, so I'm not really worried about it, but it definitely has a bit of a thicker structured upper, but it definitely helps with the comfort because of that extra cushioning around the tongue and the heel section. So I have never tested the 860 range out. I know Mike has, and he was a fan of a previous version. I can't remember which one that is. But I have been very pleasantly surprised with this shoe. I've been out on a first run in this. I did 10k, which is mainly over road, but there were a few sections of public footpaths and gravel paths and things like that. And it delivered really, really well. Stability shoes have seen a little bit of renaissance over the past couple of years, where these stability shoes of old, where you would get very clunky, heavy shoes, very solid, with plastic medial posting, things like that to offer that stability. They're not really, there's not many of them around anymore because the technologies have come on to give you the stability in different ways. Shoes like the J6 Gel Kayano 31 is a really solid max cushion shoe that just feels really comfortable to wear. It doesn't feel like a stability shoe. Definitely doesn't feel like an older Kayano. Other shoes like the Saucony Tempest are designed to have a bit of stability in, but also be versatile and just deliver really well like a daily shoe. The 860 V14 is very much in the world of the Tempest. It feels a little bit more rigid than what you get in the Gel Kayano 31, and that is because of this dual layer midsole foam. So it's got Fresh Foam X in it, which is the same you'll get in the 1080 V13, although I do think this is a little bit firmer than in that shoe. It also has this second layer which rides up into the inside of the foot. That's where you get some of the stability on, just to hold that softer midsole in place. And then there's a plate in here as well, which is also designed to sort of control that midsole foam. And it works really, really well. It delivers just like a daily shoe. When I was out running in it, it just felt like a comfortable daily shoe that I'd go out and do my normal miles in. It's not until I tried to pronate in it, and then I can feel the elements that are designed for stability kicking in, and you realise that it is a stability shoe, but it is a very subtle stability shoe. I would say that it's a shoe that it's very comfortable to run in. It feels like you've got a nice rolling motion. There's a rocker in this shoe, which you can notice when you're out running in it, which is really good to have in this shoe because of that firmer midsole. So it does help you sort of move forward, because there's not a lot of energy return in this shoe, but you do get a bit of movement from that rocker. There is a slight adjustment in the stack height of the shoe, so that means that the drop is now 8mm, and previously it was 10mm. I don't know how that felt, but I do like the feel of the drop in this shoe. It does feel really, really nice, and it does sort of comfortably roll you forward, and you really hold your foot in place comfortably. So over the course of that first run, very much enjoyed it. I think it really sits in this realm of being sitting in the middle. It is a daily shoe that has some stability in, but anybody could wear the shoe. I think I'm enjoying wearing this shoe, and I don't traditionally wear stability shoes. I don't think it's the most versatile shoe off that first run. I think it's definitely skews more towards the easier side of running as opposed to the faster side, but that midsole foam in there does feel a little bit, because it's a bit firmer, it does feel a little bit more responsive to me than what I found in some of the modern stability shoes like the Gel Kano 31. But it is also, it's not a particularly light shoe either, so it really does fit into that sort of easier daily shoe realm for me. But it is really, really comfy to wear. And all the other thing I'd say as well is the outsole, really, really good on the shoe. So I was out on those gravel paths. There's a lot of rubber on the shoe, and just absolutely fine. No issues at all with grip, and it's definitely, there's a good level of coverage on this shoe. So yeah, very successful first run in it. So my early verdict on the 860 V14 is that it is a very good example of how stability shoes are changing in the modern day, where the stability elements are part of the shoe. They don't control the shoe, but they just exist within elements that you'll get in lots of other daily shoes as well. So this is a shoe that's probably comparable with something like the 1080 V13, but is just a little bit firmer and just better stability for it. 1080 V13, if you really needed some stability, that's not a very good shoe because it's very soft and you probably struggle in it. This is feels very similar to that shoe. It's just a little bit firmer, and it's definitely going to be good if you do need a little bit of stability. I would probably liken it mostly to the Saucony Tempus. I think it's a very similar shoe to that, although I'd say that the Tempus is a little bit more versatile. I think it's a bit faster, it's a bit poppier. This sits more into that sort of daily realm where you just want comfort and stability. And yeah, I'm looking forward to do some more testing in it. I think it's a really enjoyable shoe to wear, and it's very comfortable all the way through. That's it from me on this first run of the New Balance 860 V14. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the little bell, and if you go into the caption below, you can find a link to our podcast, which comes out at the end of each month. Thanks for watching.